Hello everyone, it's Scott, and we're back for this week's Best of 3 Arena Play video, and today we're going to be playing Boros Auras, a deck that I played at Friday Night Magic, Standard Showdown, and 4-0'd with it to win the event. And it's in a deck that I think is well positioned in the metagame to be competitive. So let's find out what's in it. So starting with, we've got 4 copies of Heartfire Hero, Valiant Trigger, get that +1/+1 counter every time it's triggered. And when it dies, you get to deal that amount of damage equal to its power to your opponent. 4 copies of Monastery Swiftspear for the haste and the prowess. A couple copies of Callous Sell-Sword, again, mostly for the burn together ability to fling a creature at your opponent. 4 copies of Emberheart Challenger, high haste and prowess, and again, that Valiant trigger. And with Emberheart Challenger's Valiant trigger, you get to exile that top card of your library. 2 copies of Manifold Mouse, and again, this is a card that's really here to help trigger Heartfire Hero and Emberheart Challenger's Valiant abilities, and does so well. Also have 4 copies of Slickshot Show-Off to finish off your opponent in the air from the top, and a lot of times in literally a one-shot. In support of that, we've got 4 copies of Ethereal Armor. Each enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike, and that first strike ability is important on this card. We've got 4 copies of Shardmage's Rescue, again another enchantment, but it can be flashed into play to give a creature hexproof, and the enchanted creature gets +1/+1. We've got 4 copies of Monstrous Rage, target creature gets +2, and a Monstrous Roll token, okay, giving another enchantment. We've got 4 copies of Demonic Ruckus to give a creature +1/+1, and then haste and menace and trample, which are really important abilities in the deck. Being able to, trample through damage can make all the difference in a game. And to finish out the enchantment or aura part of the deck, we've got Sheltered by Ghost. For 1 and a white mana, you get an aura, and you get to enchant one of your creatures, and when Sheltered by Ghost enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Sheltered by Ghost leaves the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +1/+0 and has lifelink and ward 2. And the lifelink ability on Sheltered by Ghost is actually really important, because if you're racing somebody, the ability of one of your creatures just to gain a little bit of life in many cases was all the difference in matches that I played with the deck. Alright, in the mana base we've got 5 plains, we've got 6 mountains, a copy of Rockface Village, again to activate that Valiant trigger for Heartfire Hero and Emberheart Challenger, and even to help Manifold Mouse at times. We've got 4 copies of Battlefield Forge and 4 Inspiring Vantage. In the sideboard, we've got 4 copies of Get Lost to deal with target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. 3 copies of Lightning Helix, again, dealing damage, gain some life. 4 copies of Torch the Tower to exile, remove a creature. And 4 copies of Urabrask Forge, because it's just one of the best mid-range cards in Standard right now. Alright, so let's take the deck out and see how it does in Best of 3 on Arena. Alright, we're going to be able to play here. We've got white and red mana. And we'll go ahead and get Heartfire Hero down first, and then we'll go from there. Looks like they might be playing the Domain deck, but they're playing the Volgarath Reanimator deck, so we're gonna have to go fast here. Alright, so we've got to go fast, and let's see, they're gonna sorcery from the graveyard. So say its name, they'll be able to get. How do we want to do this? I think I'm just going to go Heartfire Hero here, so that way we get the double activation here. We get 4 damage in, and yes, we could have gotten more damage for some other things, but this just gets us in a place where next turn we can functionally, if we get another land, I think we can really do something here. as long as they don't get Volgarath on turn 3. But they're going to say its name. Okay, they find another one. Okay, they're going to cast, say its name. Okay, we don't get a land, unfortunately. So I'm going to Ethereal Armor our Heartfire Hero to make it a 4/4. And then I'm going to cast Monstrous Rage on it. And yeah, they're seeing the writing on the wall. We got them on turn 3. So this is one where I think we're not even going to make any changes at this point. Even though they do have Volgarath, I don't think any of those things particularly helps us, because Volgarath is such that you really can't even defend against Volgarath. Alright. Oh, a 1-lander. It's a good hand. I'm going to keep it. We'll just hope we're going to draw into something here. A lot of Ethereal Armor, which is great. Just get that second land to get to Sheltered by Ghost. That would be perfect. Okay, they're going to duress us, which means they probably get rid of our Sheltered by Ghost. Yeah. Okay, we get the second, so we're in much better shape now. I'm going to actually play our Swiftspear. And we'll get our activation of our Heartfire Hero, making it a 3/3, get in for 5. And then next turn we can put Ethereal Armor on both of them again. Or we do it one time, and then we can Callous Sell-Sword for Burn Together to hopefully win the game. And yep, the opponent sees that writing's on the wall. Turn 3 win. Wow. Okay, we have to play first this time. That'll be nice. Okay, we've got land, but we don't have a creature, so we're going to have to mulligan. Alright, better setup. We'll get rid of Callous Sell-Sword here. And we'll get a red source down, and then we'll get our Emberheart Challenger down probably next, depending on what they're playing. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to go Challenger. Okay, that. Play Manifold Mouse. See if they've got a counter spell. They do. Good thing they have a backup. Let's go ahead and hit them for 2. And we've got Shardmage Rescue to protect our Emberheart Challenger if we need to. Truth. So it looks like they're playing the Reanimator deck, the Oculus Reanimator deck. So we got just unfortunate there that they were able to pull that off. So we're going to need to go quickly. Ideally here we could get a activation off of I think we just have to try and get Manifold Mouse out here and go. See what we get. Oh, we'll give it double strike, and since most attack, and then we'll cast it. Shardmage's Rescue on it, and that'll make it 8 total damage. So we're moving quickly now. So next turn we've got a decent chance of being able to win. As long as one of them survives, we're in pretty good shape. Okay, chart a course. We'll see if they can get something onto the board. They can't, and we take game 1. And this is another one of those where I think I'm just going to leave it like it is, because I don't think that any of the cards in the sideboard matter in this kind of matchup, because we don't have the ability to do 5 damage to something. I mean, we could do Get Lost, but they'll just be able to pull it right back out of the graveyard. So we just need to go fast. Okay, good hand. We'll keep this. We've got things that'll move us along quickly. Get our Heartfire Hero down. I'm doing that because if they do have an Elspeth Smite here, which is possible, then I can protect it. And next turn, I'm just going to play Swiftspear here. Might as well get it on the board. And yes, that means that they could use an Elspeth Smite, but you know, we're beyond that point. Get another one. Okay, so this is definitely a Heartfire Hero moment. Down, I guess, 11 damage. So we're in a situation where next turn we present with lethal here. And because I've got Demonic Ruckus on it, yeah, I mean, turn 3, they're giving up. This deck can be so fast because of the double strike effects in it. Been a rough night. It seems like every deck I play has an excessive amount of removal. And when you're playing a deck that really relies on its ability to... and now we're just playing mono red decks, so they're going to try to just wipe us out that way. Alright. I'm going to play Challenger here. Try to set up for a bigger next turn. Won't be surprised when they kill my Emberheart Challenger. Yeah, see, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. There's just nothing. I'm just so frustrated with Arena right now that every opponent always is getting a ton of removal, and it's just very, very frustrating when all that happens is my guys get killed. Alright, play Ethereal Armor here. Down to 12. I'm going to save Shardmage's Rescue so that way we can prevent at least one attempt by the opponent to kill me. And then next turn, we might actually be able to win the game. So they've got 11 damage, so we're not dead yet. Just pretty brutal there. The good news is that my opponent didn't leave anybody back, and now we'll be able to get through this way. So 12 damage, and we did have Callous Sell-Sword to help us out there too. I mean, I'm almost feeling like the deck needs to have Pyroclasm in it, at least in the sideboard, because that would be real helpful. Okay, I'm going to take out my Sell-Swords here. Because I just don't... Yes, we might be able to use those, but removal is probably going to be more important for us, and getting Lightning Helix in might be able to keep us alive a turn that we might otherwise die, so we'll go that way. Alright. Alright, I'm going to play mine knowing that they probably have removal for it, but that's okay. Let's see what they do here. Maybe the better move there would have been to Demonic Ruckus. I've got to assume they've got at least one pump spell here, maybe two. post-combat they play a Codebreaker. Interesting. I'm going to play Manifold Mouse here, just to put some pressure on the opponent. I'm going to give him Double Strike. Okay, good. So that allows us at least to get some damage through. And then next turn, assuming that I get a land here and I don't lose anything, then I've got some options. I can go with Shelter by Ghost. Yeah, and again, kind of knew that was going to happen, that they were going to have things going. So now we're in pretty bad shape. Wow, just everything they could possibly hope for there. And unfortunately, the cards that we have. Okay, Battlefield Forge helps us. I'm actually going to go ahead and plot that, and then, because Heartfire Hero is probably the more dangerous of the two, I'm going to take that. And the big thing here is we gain 4 life. And that's why Shelter by Ghost is a really, really good aura in Standard right now. And they're checking it out because they don't realize what just happened. And it also has Ward 2. So yes, they can kill this, but they're going to have to use their entire turn to do it. And they scoop it up, not thinking they can beat that. All right. Alright, we're back for our post-game wrap. So overall on Arena I went 4 and 6 with the deck, so it was really underwhelming. But the problem mostly was that in almost all of the games that I lost, the shuffler was a real problem for me, where I was either getting 5 land hands or 1 land hands, and then having to mulligan down to 5 or 6 consistently, and just losing those games because of it. So I think the deck is in a much better place than Arena would make it appear, because in the matches that you saw, it performed really well when it's doing the things that it's supposed to do. And I think if we didn't have the shuffler issues that are a known problem on Arena, that it would perform a lot better there as well. So thanks for staying to the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to get further content like this throughout Duskmourn House of Horrors Standard Season. Thanks. I'll see you next time.